Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been gone for a while, don't ask me why, but I'm back now. I'm going to be making some videos, and also I just have to show you why I'm wearing this. My hair looks awful, so I'm not trying to pull any stunts here. Anyways, in this video, we're going to review a very interesting interview with Palantir COO after they have gotten a new deal with the Cleveland Hospital for 10 years. And the interviewer actually asked a lot of very good questions about other aspects of Palantir business. So this is a good video to review as a Palantir shareholder. There is some concerns with the company. The concerns are macro concerns, and we have to see how much these effects seep into the company, and if we have to prepare for perpetual slower growth, do we need to change the thesis, or Palantir is going to accelerate back up? So obviously the fact that they're continuously getting new contracts and they're getting contracts prolonged is a good sign. We need to keep an eye on this. Let's get into the video.
Well, look at Palantir shares up nearly 5% right now in this final hour, fresh off a major announcement of a deal to provide defense giant Lockheed Martin with software to modernize the U.S. Navy's combat systems. Palantir's ready to drop another headline at this hour. In an announcement, Palantir is expanding its healthcare business by signing a new 10-year-long partnership with the Cleveland Clinic for its virtual command center. Palantir software will help AI to use it and to predict patient admissions and discharges based on scheduling data, but that's like just scratching the surface here. The idea is to help the clinic, which is already fantastic at this stuff, keep its finger on the pulse of metrics such as demand, staffing, and hospital beds, making the entire system, including, yes, those long waits in the emergency room, much more efficient. In a Fox Business exclusive, Palantir's Chief Operating Officer, Shyam Sankar, is joining us to break the news. Shyam, I mean, the fact that the Cleveland Clinic, known for efficiency.
By the way, I don't know about you, I love it when, you know, you can see Palantir's mission play out, and whenever they do stuff that is really, meaningful and really affects a lot of people, and for example, speeding up hospitals and people being able to get emergency care, can save lives, and this really is a fun thing to see as a Palantir investor. So I'm always really happy for these contracts.
Paired with the highest quality care, pick Palantir to improve on that is a major feather in your cap. Tell us right now what your software will do for the clinic.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Liz. We're so excited about the partnership with Cleveland Clinic. It's been a phenomenal opportunity to co-innovate on actually helping increase capacity in healthcare. So we are optimizing patient flows using our virtual command center, bringing together data on the patient and the clinical procedures that are necessary, data on the resourcing that's available, optimizing that allocation across geographic areas, and then importantly, the workforce scheduling aspect of ensuring that care can be delivered when it's needed. And doing this not only at a static point in time, but using AI and sophisticated models to give you deep predictive capability for weeks out that allows you to optimize and re-optimize. Because as you know, while you may be able to schedule all the orthopedic knee replacement surgeries, you can't schedule who's going to come into the ER room. So how do you dynamically balance against this ever-changing supply and demand to deliver care?
Well, we're looking at the LMT video. That would be the Lockheed Martin stuff. But what's really crucial here is that what's going on with the Cleveland Clinic. And to that end, let's talk about the emergency room, because when we were talking in our meeting this morning about you guys and what you'll be doing, I said, my gosh, there is always such a backlog, because you never really know when an emergency room is going to have a massive number of people walk in, or it's totally quiet. But maybe by sifting through the data over years and years, you can pretty much figure out that on Saturdays, weekend warriors, grown-ups, and my floor director, Austin, who played touch football over the weekend, and oh yeah, he's still complaining, he's still fetching here. But yeah, all of his friends right there in the urgent care. Go ahead.
So philosophical question, when there is this question that if a tree falls down in the forest but nobody is there to hear it, does it make a sound? So this is kind of this, minority report kind of thing, that Palantir says that there will be 5 people who break their legs on Saturday, and then do they break their legs because they were anyways going to break their legs, or does the AI predict that they will break their legs and therefore they break their legs? So this is very, very philosophical and interesting.
You're hitting on a very important point, and a lot of this was really brought out by the shocks of the pandemic. I think from a healthcare perspective, what we're doing generalizes to the work that we're doing and the momentum we're seeing across the U.S. commercial business, which is that in order for your institution to not only survive, but to thrive, it's not just about how well can you plan what's going to happen, it's how well can you also react to the things that you could not plan. And so giving institutions that ability to react to reality.
Okay, well,
that's what you're seeing.
Can I bring in?
So through the context,
I do want to bring up exactly that. We could not plan for a pandemic, although great and brilliant epidemiologists like my sister-in-law, Dr. Anne Ramoyne, would say, yes, you could have planned for this and we knew. But I want to say that about in 2020, there was an understaffing issue, the likes of what America has never seen. And then about a year and a half later, things calmed down. What can Palantir do in this relationship with the Cleveland Clinic and potentially other hospitals and organizations to anticipate when you can let doctors have extra sleep, or when you know you're going to be needing a bigger staff of them?
And you are hitting on the crucial issue right now. I mean, we are talking about frontline workers who have been grinding it out for over 2 years. We're doing this work in both the UK and the US. And before it was just about, can I staff the OR room to deliver the care? Now it's, can I retain those workers? So how do I manage the workload? This brings in the longitudinal dimension to it. So there is that need to deliver care today, and there's a need to balance what you're asking your workforce to do to make sure you can continue to deliver that care. And the reason that's so acute is that we had this big backlog of procedures build up over the course of the pandemic for a couple of years. And that backlog is rushing through the system now. It's stressing every aspect, from the labor model, resourcing model, to care delivery.
I know that you've been working, as you
I'm so happy to hear it. It's the exact same in Sweden, that because of the pandemic and everybody was being treated for COVID, you know, so many life-changing surgeries were delayed. And, you know, because they were delayed, like, it starts to create a huge backlog. So it's amazing to see that Palantir's AI can help really handle this backlog and people can get healthcare. Very happy as an investor.
With the United Kingdom, there is a little bit of a pushback there. Some people are concerned about how you safeguard the patient information, which is obviously very sensitive. Have those questions been addressed, and what are you doing differently?
So she's talking about the fact that the NHS contract, which we have been waiting for, has been split up because there is protests against Palantir and how they handle privacy, which is pretty ludicrous because Palantir is about the only tech company who doesn't sell data and doesn't do data mining, and is as per what I know, they're the best at handling and keeping your data private. So it's a load of horse crap, but it's really good that she's asking him about this.
If anything at all, with the clinic, to make sure that you put to rest some of the concerns about patients' data on your Foundry system.
Yeah, I mean, those are crucial questions. You can't work in healthcare. I mean, healthcare is our third largest vertical. It's an area that we've been in since before 2012, an area that we're quite dominant. You really can't work in healthcare if you can't protect the patient data. We actually have developed world-class leading data protection that we call purpose-based access control. So I'm not just securing the data based on the data set or the rows in the columns, but also I'm able to determine whether you have a legitimate purpose and that there's been consented use to this data. So actually, we're quite proud of the investments we make and continue to make in data protection and privacy and civil liberties. And we think that's what every citizenry deserves.
Well, you guys have been, as we say, on a deal roll. You just yesterday announced the Lockheed Martin for the U.S. Navy combat systems. Not to mention, you've been working on a partnership with Ferrari for the Grand Prix. These are fascinating, actionable, profitable events that you could actually put together to make the company a lot of money. And it must be frustrating when you look at the stock, which obviously, like every data stock, has really gotten hammered. How do you get the world and Wall Street to see that this is a company that is in it for the long term and is going to improve this picture? I mean, you're down 61% year over year. It's great to see you up 5% today, but how do you sort of wrap your arms around that problem?
Well, I've had the great fortune of being at Palantir for 17 years, and over that time, what we've just focused on is making our software more and more valuable, making sure that whether it's the kill chain in Lockheed Martin or Tyson Foods, that there are no missing links and that we are delivering day over day. And we recently had a customer conference in Palo Alto where Tyson Foods was talking about how they got $200 million of savings within 24 months and how rare and how hard that is. And Jacob Engineering was sharing how they're projected to save up to $90 million in energy costs in wastewater treatment. And those stories that we're getting from the front lines, literally on the front lines of Ukraine to the front lines of our customers in the U.S. commercial business, they continue to motivate our product roadmap and the value we create. And we think the stock price will reflect that.
Sham, love having you on. We follow this company, and I really appreciate you talking about it right here, breaking the news on the Cleveland Clinic.
You can tell that the interviewer is very impressed with the company, and I am too. And I love that they're using these examples, and obviously it's annoying that the stock price is not up, but honestly it's a blessing in disguise because we can all load up on the stock. And I'm going to be doing a new, not showing my hair, a new updated video about my thoughts on Palantir. So anyways, as he said, sooner or later, the stock price will reflect how well the company is doing, and we will all benefit. So thank you, as always, for watching. Please make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.